Hello, David. Here is your long-awaited sewer scope. I really appreciate your patience while I waited for my camera to come back from the shop. Here we are in the garage. That's access port right there at the entryway into the garage. Fairly convenient, especially if you need some work done on the pipe. We start out with PVC. Fairly decent length of PVC. Usually, once you get out into the yard, it does a quick changeover, and the PVC is just part of the initial construction of the house. When they do the initial rough in, you're usually bringing up cast iron or clay from the city connection. Then there's a short, I would almost call it a stub out at the house where you connect the two pipes together. But again, benefit there, I would say. Cast iron is smooth walled, tends not to catch a lot of material. This length probably hasn't been cleaned ever. So that just goes to show you the quality nature of that material. So that's your transition to cast iron. Notice the rubber gasket around the edge right there. That was likely a piece of, it could have been a gasket, but more likely it's a Fernco connector, just a rubber sleeve that they use to attach. Notice the difference in the two pipes. Much more coarse. You are in places holding a fairly decent amount of debris, calcification, all kinds of fun stuff at the bottom of the pipe. In my written report, I'm going to recommend, for a couple of reasons, to have the pipe cleaned at some point moving forward. One, when you have a big buildup like this, eventually it's just going to continue to build up. It's going to start catching things, paper products, things like that. So you don't want to have to deal with a backup, even though this is fairly far away from the house. It's, again, just good housekeeping and maintenance to be able to do that. The other reason is you want to be able to see what's going on completely in the pipe, right? So getting rid of all of that debris there at the bottom. Whoever does the cleaning, they'll also follow up with another video. So this, to me, at first, this looked like a change to clay. It may be, but I don't think so, for a couple of reasons. One, clay pipe in our area is historically 4-foot lengths. We generally don't see any larger 6, 8, 10-foot lengths of clay pipe. And the other thing is, as we start to move forward again, I only stopped just because of all of the twists and turns in the pipe was making it really, really difficult to push the camera forward, that along with the debris at the bottom of the pipe. So I'm turning some water on right now. That'll help me to move the camera head forward. So what I was saying was that if you look at some of the connection points up ahead, you'll see it's got kind of a metallic look to it. Shinier finish. There's one coming up right here. That definitely looks like a clay pipe connection to me, and not a typical vitrified clay pipe connection, which generally is got kind of a thicker rim to it, looks bigger. Okay, I believe this is the final turn into the city connection. Since this is a side-by-side house, my guess is that your neighbor next to you, they've got the straight run and connection into the city pipe, and your pipe meets their pipe. There's probably a Y fitting where you connect into that pipe. So you've got this turn right here. If this was smooth walled pipe, I'd be able to kind of work my way around this corner. But one, since it's almost a 90-degree turn, and because the wall on the other side of this pipe is very, very rough, my camera head gets stuck. I can't get it to make this turn right here. My solution is to turn on even more water, right? So at the moment, I'm just running the water in the basement sink. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to flush the toilet, turn the shower on, and then turn the utility sink water on high. So we've got 4 inlets or outflow points, if you want to think of it that way, coming into this pipe. Unfortunately, that didn't help. But again, I would bet money that this is the city connection. The other big takeaway is, again, I'm running a high volume of water. There's a lot of gallons going at this point. It's not backing up. It's draining, flowing freely, no issues. So there's, again, we're going even more. And again, everything is flowing nicely around that curve. So again, right there at the bottom of your screen, that's probably calcium buildup on the pipe. Again, another indication that it is still a cast iron section. I could be wrong on that. It's got that reddish hue to it that clay normally does. But again, looking at the connection points, and the lengths of the pipe, most likely it is cast iron. Again, so the recommendation is going to be have the pipe cleaned at some point. I'm going to put it in the report that you should have it cleaned sometime in the first 12 to 18 months of ownership, and then have them re-video it as well, which they generally do. I'm going to keep the camera rolling as I pull back. Feel free to watch the return trip. As always, please don't hesitate to reach out to me with questions, and thanks again.